So this needs to come way up. The door needs to go like this. Sometimes people will lower the strike plate, but that's not right. It's not the problem. The door and the jamb were made as a unit. And if it's installed plumb, level, and square, you shouldn't need to move that strike plate. If we move the strike plate, that doesn't fix the top gap. Got the gap up top fixed. Before I started, I made a pencil line. This is where the top of the door was. It was way down here. So I raised the door about a 5/16 up. So you can tell that's where it was, and this is where it is. Now there's no more daylight. The door locks. Before you couldn't even lock the door. Had to take the trim off. I pulled all the screws that were holding the door jamb. Slid my Sawzall blade down this side that's tight. This side of the door needed to come up. Raising this side of the door would bring this side of the door up. But at the same time, the bottom of the door needed to go that way. So that's what I did. I started with putting pry bar underneath the door. And you can see where it used to be down tight. That's a gray composite shim holding it up. I was able to slide this in there. Airbag shim. So I put that under there, raised the door. Then I put 4-inch screws in the top of the jamb, kind of worked my way down. So that held the door up. And I was able to release the pressure on this and slide that out, and it stayed up because the screws were holding it. And then I put some shims under there to help hold it. I put some shims under here to help hold the threshold because we did raise it and we don't want a belly and we don't want the threshold to move on us like that. The other tip to this is that even after I removed all the screws, caulking is very strong. This airbag wasn't strong enough to raise it. So on the outside trim here, I knew that it wasn't raising because that's how strong this caulking is, and that I had to relieve cut all of this caulking all the way around. And then as soon as I did that, the door was like loose, and I was able to start working the door. Had to take the screen door off to be able to access this caulking. Remove and replace this caulking. Put the screen door back on. Kind of clean up, put the trim back on. But yeah, this was all after, a contractor went under the house and started jacking the house up level. That's when this happened, and they couldn't even lock the door. Also, 9 out of 10 doors, I remove the trim, whether it's for repair or remove and replace the whole door unit. There's no insulation in here. I don't know. It's really important to fill this with insulation, because if you buy an energy efficient door and you want a door so you're warmer, but then if you have it installed and nobody puts insulation in here, then it kind of like, what's the point? Door trim's off. Now is the time to do it on this door repair. Window foam, that way it doesn't expand too much.